What's going on, guys? It is Matthew, and we are back with another episode of the Best Zombies map. Today we have number 17. We have Riese, a fan favorite, versus Eisendrache. And this is also the first episode of round 2. If you don't know what maps are in it, check out the last video, and you can find that out. But before we start, I have actually 2 guests with me today. We have a formerly guest.
Hey guys, Parker again. Really excited to be in this video. And we have one other guest.
We have a brand new guest who's never been exposed publicly.
Hey guys, my name is Jason, and one of Matthew's friends, and I'm going to be part of the commentary as well.
Alright, so let's get right into it. So our first category is gameplay.
Alright, gameplay. So we have Riese and we have Eisendrache. And these are 2 maps, if you consider the Giant, in the game Black Ops 3. And it's on a brand new console, and a lot of people were really excited about it. Mm-hmm. So, gameplay, they were both really fun games. I mean, I feel like, Black Ops 3, all this hype, and you had these 2 really awesome maps, and they were just so fun to play. If you're like me and Matthew and Jason, we loved playing these games.
I feel they're both very similar in a way, but they're different. Like, Riese is obviously for more basic players, and Eisendrache is for more advanced players. So that depends on what type of player you are. Jason, any opinions?
It's kind of like the same that you said. I mean, Giant is basically more for beginners that are new to zombies, and then when they get better, they try to get better in Eisendrache.
Alright, so for that, we went with 3 to Riese, 4 to Eisendrache. Alright, next up, we have training spots. Go ahead.
Okay, so training spots, I mean, automatically, when I think in training spots, I automatically think about Eisendrache just because of the courtyard. I mean, come on, guys. This is like, in zombies, definitely one of my favorite training spots. I remember playing this game all the time and just going around, you have your weapons and you just train the living crap out of these maps. I mean, it's just such an awesome training spot.
Yeah, especially it has 2 courtyards. It has the undercroft, even the rocket pad. Riese, not as big, but you have the classic area by the catwalk with the teleporter there. That's a really good area you can train. If you need to get a quick getaway, easily just go on the teleporter, back to spawn, you're fine.
You also have the courtyard in Giant, because right outside...
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you also have there, and there's also the starting area. You can always try to train around there.
Definitely, yep. So for training spots, we went with 2 to Riese, 3 to Eisendrache.
Next, we have difficulty level. And I think that it's interesting, because if you think about Giant and Eisendrache, they're both on Black Ops 3. Both, I mean, you could definitely tell Giant was definitely for a more simple player's map. You basically, you had your thing, there wasn't really a shield or anything, but you pack a punch, you did the teleporters, you could do the Annihilator if you wanted to, but I think it was definitely a good balance. I think that, it wasn't super difficult, but again, it wasn't an easy map.
Yeah, and that's sort of why I feel like Eisendrache falls a little bit on this, because you have so much overpowered stuff on that map, just like the bows, the double pack-a-punch, just the shield, the gravity spikes, just so many things you could do. It got very easy.
I believe that with Eisendrache it was, a little difficult when I started trying it, and I couldn't even get to work on the bows or even the gravity spikes. But then, once I kept playing more of each map, it just got better.
Yep, so we feel that Riese slightly out-edged it, so we went with 3 to Riese, 2 to Eisendrache when it comes to that. Next is innovations. This was a hard pick.
This was an interesting category, because I feel like both maps were so innovative. Like, right off the top, I think the bows, you have these bows in this game. It really reminded me of Origins with the staffs, kind of. And you have all these, and you can, if you really wanted to, you could go all the way. You could just do a few of the first ones, but it was so cool under Eisendrache. Such an awesome innovation for the map. I think it definitely makes it 10 times better. And it's already pretty good. I mean, you have Gobblegum. I mean, the new consoles brought back so many innovative stuff, but the bows just added +5 to it. It was so cool.
Definitely.
It just kind of basically upgraded the staffs more and just...
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is that you're going against Riese here, and they brought Pack-a-Punch, which is every single gun upgraded.
Oh man, I mean, Pack-a-Punch. I mean, what else could you say?
I know.
About it?
It didn't bring a whole lot other than that, but one of the biggest things, we went 5-5. All right, next up is perks. Now this is just 1-1 because neither map brought a perk. Eisendrache has Wonder Fizz, but that was on Origins, so that doesn't count. So just 1-1. Next is Wonder Weapons, and this was again a hard pick.
This was a hard one because automatically, I mean, the Wonder Waff was already in Shinonuma, I believe.
Right.
So we couldn't really pick that. But then you realize in Black Ops 3, in the Giant, they did bring back something, and it's the Easter egg, and it is the Annihilator.
It is.
I'm a big multiplayer guy myself, and I remember using this gun in multiplayer. It is so fun, and I can't believe they put it in zombies. And Jason was actually the one I first did it with, and when I first got it, I was like, wow, this is really cool.
And it's not even that hard to do either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not. You can just sort of. It's not very hard. I don't really know the steps very well, but I know Parker does.
It's a fairly easy Easter egg. It's not something that you have to spend hours upon hours on. I remember doing it with Jason a lot. We would just kind of just do the things and get it. I mean, it's such a fun weapon to use.
I mean, it's probably one of the easiest Easter eggs of all the zombie maps of all time. I mean, and it's just fun to have a new weapon to use while you're trying to survive the zombie round.
That, and then also, but your Eisendrache, you also have the 4 bows.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like,
holy cow.
So much. Just like the Staps, so good, but we couldn't give it all to Eisendrache, so we went with 1 to Riese, 2 to Eisendrache. Next is bosses. Now, Riese and Eisendrache have the Hellhounds, but they were in Shinonuma first, so they don't count. Eisendrache is Panzer and Origins, that doesn't count, so 1-1. Colors is next.
Colors. So I think it really depends on how you look at it, because Riese on the old consoles wasn't quite that good. I mean, I know graphics had some play in that, but you look at Giant, they really did a really good job, and I have to give it to the people. They just did such a good job. The round changed, the graphics. It's really a nice, it's pleasing to the eye. It's a good-looking map. And to Eisendrache as well. They both look really cool.
Definitely. Jason, any other thoughts?
I believe we gave more points to Riese because I believe that it was better that Treyarch remastered the Riese and turned it into the Giant, and they just upgraded the graphics, the colors. I mean, we thought it deserved more points than Eisendrache.
Yeah. So we went with 3 to Riese, 2 to Eisendrache. And lastly, we have a big one. We have storyline out of 8.
Oh, wow.
This was hard. Now, Eisendrache, people might think Eisendrache automatically takes it because it had the whole Dempsey thing, and it was a good Easter egg, very fun to do. But now the Riese wasn't that big of an Easter egg, nothing really. It sort of brought the whole forward in time thing. It sort of set up Kino and Black Ops 1, not too big. But then we have the Giant with this cutscene where he kills Richtofen 1.0. You have not too big of an Easter egg, but then you have the side Easter egg, which is the Annihilator, previously mentioned.
Awesome.
So, any other thoughts?
I think I love both storylines. I honestly do.
So good.
They're so cool.
So,
I mean, the storyline, Riese and Giant, I think they both they deserve more points than Eisendrache because for Giant, when there's 2 Easter eggs, you have the Annihilator, and then it starts the Easter egg series of Richtofen killing Richtofen 1.0. So
yeah,
Treyarch did an amazing job.
The Easter eggs that way, and then Eisendrache continues it.
Definitely. So we went with, this might be a little controversial, but we went with 5 to Riese, 3 to Eisendrache. Alright guys, our final score, very hard decision, but we had to give it to the fan favorite, 24 to 23 for Riese.
Definitely one of our closer outcomes there.
Definitely.
1 point.
It's the closest it could come, theoretically.
I know.
Closest.
It was good.
So I would like to thank you guys for watching this video, and also thank my 2 guests. Thank you, Parker, for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Matthew.
Thanks for coming back. Jason, thanks for coming on.
Me
first time. Yeah, no problem. And so this is the first episode of round 2. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, comment ideas for videos in the future, and I will see you in the next video.